I'm a huge fan of passive income, and my goal is actually to make about 60k per year or 5k per month passively. Now, I can imagine that some of you guys would be interested in that as well. So this is what we'll look at in this video. What's up? My name is Caroline, and this is Wealth in Progress, where you'll learn how to make passive income with cryptocurrencies. In this video, I'll be comparing 3 of the most common, simple, and relatively safe options to earn passive income with cryptocurrencies. So we'll look at how you can make 1k per month, 5k per month, and everything in between. The coins that we'll be comparing are number 1 Cardano, number 2 Polkadot, and number 3 UST from Anchor Protocol. So I've created a little worksheet that will help us look at all the numbers and see how much capital you need to get to your passive income goals. So on the top, you can see these are the platforms and the cryptos that we'll be comparing. Number 1, Cardano with the crypto ADA, that earns you an APY of about 5%. Now, it is higher if you stake it on Binance, but this is not the optimal solution because then you don't own your own private keys. So the best solution is to do it in a wallet, and for that you earn about 5%. I have a staking tutorial for Cardano, which I'll link on top of my head if you're interested to do that as well. Make sure to check that out afterwards. Number 2 is Polkadot with the crypto DOT. That earns you an APY of about 12%. I haven't done a tutorial on that yet. Let me know in the comments if you'd like me to cover that as well. And number 3 is the platform Anchor Protocol with the crypto UST. This is actually a stable coin, but the reason I'm including it here is because it gets you an APY of currently about 18%, which is exceptionally high, especially because they promise that it is fixed. So the goal is to keep it between 18 and 20% fixed. And that is very unique because normally APYs fluctuate a lot depending on the market situations and on demand. I've also created a tutorial about Anchor Protocol, which I'll also link on top of my head. So if you'd like to have some of your gains in a stablecoin, check out that as well. Okay, so if we look below that, what I've done is I have simply taken dollar value amounts because this is the easiest to look at it. And then I've currently highlighted the options that will get you 5,000 per month and the options that will get you 1,000 per month. Now, if we look at the top, this is probably not the most realistic scenario for most of you or for most of us. And that would be if you held $10 million. So maybe by the end of this bull run, some of you guys will have $10 million. But this is probably more the exception. But let's just look at it because I think the numbers are just so crazy. So even with 5%, you would earn 500,000 per year without doing anything at all. And that's about 41,000 per month. I mean, that's a pretty good income. So if you ever get to $10 million, you're safe for sure. And the cool thing about passive income is you don't even have to touch your capital. You can have your capital safe basically, and then just earn the rewards that let your money work for you basically. And then if we look at the other options, so especially if, let's say this is your gains at the end of the bull run, you want to put it into something more stable. So let's say a stable coin, and they manage to keep up that 18%, then you would get 1.8 million per year extra. So that would be compounding extremely quickly. So if you put that on top of the 10 million and then keep it in there and it earns 18% every year, that will make you very rich in the long run for sure. Now let's look at maybe some more realistic scenarios. I mean, over 1 million is still very high, I get that, but crypto it can be explosive, and it is totally possible to become a crypto millionaire at the end of a bull run if you manage to invest during a bear market and DCA it in over time. So this is possible. Maybe not right now, but if prices keep going up, it is possible. And so you can see, if your goal is to earn 5k per month in passive income, you would need 1.2 million in Cardano, for instance. So if you staked $1.2 million worth of Cardano in a staking pool and earn 5% per year, that gets you 60K per year and 5K per month. So that's pretty good to live off of, I would say. And Cardano staking is one of the safest staking options. It's one of the most decentralized. Currently, there are over 70% of Cardano staked. So that's a very good sign. Plus, we're still very early on with Cardano. Now, with the other options, you would earn much more. So if your goal is just to make 5K, we could go down even lower. So if you had $1 million, you would still, with the 12 and 18% options, you would make substantially more than those 5K per year. So one thing that you can do as well is to just distribute your holdings over different coins and different platforms. So let's say you wanted to have some in stable coins and earn those 18%, but then you would also like to profit from prices going up. So obviously a stablecoin will not raise or increase in price. On the contrary, it's pegged to the US dollar, and that usually decreases in price because it's inflationary. And cryptos are basically the opposite to that. Not all of them, but most of them have the goal to be deflationary. Plus, in a bull market or generally over time, prices rise in general. So if you spread it out, you would get a 10K per month easily. Now let's look at some lower numbers, and these are numbers that you could probably achieve after a bull run. So let's look at if your holdings were $500,000. Now with 5%, you wouldn't get those 5K anymore, but you would still get it with those 12% returns. So if you had all of your holdings in Polkadot, if your Polkadot was worth $500,000, then you would get those very nice $5,000 per month. And you could just live off of that without doing any work anymore. You could just have your money work for you. If you don't need all of it, then you could even have it compound, so you could leave part of that and have an even higher capital to stake for even more returns. Now for 250,000 and for 100,000, you would be more on the side of about $1,000 per month. So this is still amazing. Like for instance, if you have $100,000 in crypto, you can have that relatively quickly, especially after bull run, and especially if you DCA'd in over a long time, you can totally get there. And that will get you at least between $500 and $1,000, depending on which coin you're investing in or which coin you're holding. But if you prefer to have it all in stable coins, you would even get $1,500. So in my opinion, these are really good returns for doing nothing at all, for literally having your money work for you. So even with $100,000, you will get very good returns and a very good base income. Now, one thing to keep in mind is that these are dollar values. So you can only take them for what they are if you stake it in, if you have a stable coin. So if you have UST on Anchor Protocol and your UST are worth, let's say, $1 million, then you can take it exactly as it is. So you have $1 million, you get 18%, that gives you $15,000 per month. The advantage of that is that it stays relatively stable if they manage to hold that 18%. So we'll have to see how that plays out in a bear market, but if they manage to do that, relatively stable, really good in a bear market. The downside to that is that in a bull market or generally in cycles, coins like Cardano and Polkadot have a huge potential and will probably raise in price over time. So even if you, in the beginning, let's say right now, you had 100,000 in Cardano, so you had $100,000 worth of Cardano, by the end of this year, this could still increase by 5 to 10x or even more. We don't know, but let's assume it increases by 10x, which is possible. Then you would end up with $1 million. So you have to evaluate your risk tolerance. Do you prefer to be stable and to just have your stable coins and to get your 18%? But if you still believe in the potential of coins like Cardano or Polkadot, it might make sense to hold those coins, at least for now, have them increase a bit, and then maybe take some of your holdings out. So this is just what you need to keep in mind, and if you want to be on the safer side, then it's always best to distribute your holdings over different coins that you can stake. So maybe have some in stablecoins and then some in coins that have a big growth potential. Alright, so that's how you earn $5,000 per month completely passively. If you had all of your holdings in Cardano and earned 5%, then you'd needed $1.2 million. If you had all of it in Polkadot with 12% returns, then you would only, in comparison, only need $500,000. And then if you had all of it in a stablecoin like UST and earned 18%, then you'd need around $400,000. If you like this video, hit the like button down below, share with your friends, and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!